one to take, Darren. Draw probably, on reflection, would have been a fair result, but it hinged on two referee decisions. Once again, we're talking about officials.
I'm not even going to talk about him because I'll get suspended for life if I talk about him how I really feel right now. But we can't blame the officials. No, it's not the officials' fault that we've not won the game. We've not won the game because we weren't good enough. Simple as that. We weren't good enough in both boxes again. Got experienced players making simple errors. It's becoming boring, if I'm honest with you. Coming here, same as you, Dave, with Stuart. It's the same things I'm saying week in, week out, and it's just it's difficult to say anything different than I have done in the last few weeks. But today I just don't think we was good enough. It's as simple as that. I think they wanted it more than us in that second half, and that showed. It's become a bit flat after we scored the goal. It became very flat. I thought before the goal we was okay, good value to be 1-0 up. But then after the goal, I thought we become second to everything. We was letting everything bounce. We was neglecting all the basics. And then these are players that have played a good number of games at this level. I'm not talking people that have played 5 minutes at this level. I'm talking people that have played a good season or two minimum at this level, are not doing exactly what's asked of them. And there's only so long we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, we started off brightly enough. We were knocking the ball about, and then we stood off. Some of the decisions the players were making,
horrendous. The decision making is the main one for me. But when you've got a real young group, barring 2 or 3, it's the decisions that are the final thing that a player gets. Is the decision making. So if they're decision making at 18, 19, you wouldn't see them at this level because their technical ability is far superior to this level, and that's why they're here. And I always say the difference between your lower end paid and your higher end paid isn't anything really to do with ability. It's about consistency and decision making. It's as simple as that, and that's why we are where we are with the resources we've got, and it's what we have to deal with and work with, and us as a coaching staff, we have to do what we can to try and improve these players. And I feel we have improved some this year. Definitely some have come on leaps and bounds, but it's just now a time where we need to reevaluate where we're at. Today was always a draw the line in the sand today of where we're at as a group and what the plan is going forward.
Yeah, I thought the second half, we were slow coming out, we dropped back, and that forced us to go long. Mm-hmm. Then I noticed you came out, you had to go at the back 4 to push up. Mm-hmm. Once we pushed up, we started playing our football.
I said
again.
3 things at half time. I said that they need to move the ball quicker, with less touches, because I felt we was having too many touches. And in certain areas, too many touches was allowing them to get in behind the ball quicker, where if we moved it 2 touch and moved the ball forward, we'd really hurt them. I said about the distances between Shane and the back line were far too big, and can't expect to win any second balls with distances that big. And I said that the referee will give them something. They're the 3 things I said at half time, and all 3 things were true, and especially the third one.
Yeah. Could have been more, but for Danny.
Yeah, he was outstanding today. Well, he's let one go through his legs, because I know he'll tell me about all the great saves he's made, so I've got to have one in the locker where he let one go through his legs. But he was, if he weren't, I just said in there, if it weren't for Danny today, that's 4 or 5-1. He's made 2 or 3 exceptionally good saves. Yeah. And but that's what we know Danny can do. That's what we know his level is, and today was good to see him back to his level.
Yeah, and not an easy one next week.
That's what I said to him now. I said, boys, you've won 1 in 9, and now you get the lovely joy of going to Bury away. One of the toughest places to go in the league. But it seems like them type of games they decide to turn up in, and that's the difference. It's all right going to Brentwood and winning 5-1, all right going to Felixstowe winning 3-1, all right going to Haybridge and winning 4-0. But when you drop points at home against teams you should beat, and today against a team that we look at and we should beat, that's what the problem is. The problem isn't going to the big teams and playing the big teams, because we know we can compete with them. We've shown that, we've beaten them. but it's the mentality to come and do it in games where you're expected to win. That's the difference. When we go into games where no one expects we're going to win, they play for freedom and a self-care, but it's the games that we expect the team to win and expect to have a positive outcome and expect to do well in. That's what they're struggling with at the moment, and that's what is a big learning curve for some, and something that we as management need to address as well.
Yeah, I mean, it is a young side, and with young sides, you do get inconsistency.
But there's inconsistency, and then there's what we're seeing at the moment. The inconsistency is one thing, but inconsistency means you win more than 1 in 9. We're not inconsistent at the moment. For me, we're poor in certain aspects. We're delivering okay performances, and performances have been okay, full of heart and desire and grit and determination and all sorts. But the quality level isn't where it needs to be for us to achieve our goals. And that's quality in decision making, in technical attributes, in executing in their moments that we get, because we create lots of good moments. We get in lots of good areas, but we don't execute in those moments. And
Decisions.
It comes down to decision making and having the right pass, the right shot, and then even if you're having the right shot, it's having the right technique and the right quality to deliver in those areas, and that's what we're lacking at the moment.
Okay. And what about the injury front?
Oh, don't even want to know.
I noticed Kenny was missing.
Yeah, we had 4
Luke
out there today.
off.
Yeah, we had 2. So Louis probably shouldn't have played. Probably too early for Cubers and Finners, to be fair. In an ideal world, we didn't really want to throw them straight back in, but we've had to. Yeah, Luke come off. Now Sid's suspended again now for another yellow card, so he'll miss another 2 games. But yeah, we'll see where we're at. Ready. We'll go again next week.
And probably go and get a result next week. That's the
the
up
problem
and down
for
of
me
this
at the
season.
moment. The problem for me as a manager at the moment is I don't know what I'm going to get game to game. So how can I plan? How can I work stuff out? How can I prepare? How can I do anything when I don't know what's going to turn up? And that's the bit that concerns me the most, is that I don't know what I'm going to get out of a team. So it makes it very hard to pick a team. It makes it very hard to pick a tactical way of we want to play. It makes it very hard to do all those things that as a manager you should be quite confident doing, knowing your group, and I do know the group very, very well, but at the moment I don't know what version of them is going to turn up, and that's the bit that we need to eradicate quickly, because if you want to go and achieve something in this league, it's always the team that's the most consistent. Always the team that's the most consistent are the ones that get anything, and that isn't always consistent in winning games. It's consistent in not losing and sticking to what you do and following instructions and carrying that out well, and they're the bits that we're neglecting at the moment.
Well, one thing we're sure of turning up is the fans.
Yeah, always.
I thought they was brilliant again.
Oh, they always are. They always are. Home, away, wherever we're going. And you guys know here that it means the world to me. To lead this group of players in front of you fans, and that will always carry on, and I hope you all know that I will do every single thing I possibly can to get this club back to where it needs to be, and that was my promise to the board when I come in, and that's still my promise now, and I have no doubts about it. I know we'll get there. It's just when we're just dealing with the resources we've got and making the best of what we've got, and there's a new dawn for the club, and we'll be ready to deliver when the time's right.
Great, okay mate. We'll be there at Bury next Saturday.
I know you will. Thanks, Zach.
Cheers mate.